My name is Rachelle Smith, certified personal fitness trainer, professional speaker, and author. Last time, I highlighted and concluded the four-part series, the introductory series on marketing, and I look forward to continuing that conversation in future Fitness Leadership Edition episodes. But this time, I wanted to spend the next few minutes highlighting the importance of a fundamental aspect of your fitness journey. If you want to succeed, if you don't want to be like most people who fail on their fitness journeys, you must have a high, must get and must maintain a high level of motivation. Motivation, 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 motivation. And people often ask me, why is it that some people, succeed, a relatively small number of people succeed when it comes to their fitness and their weight loss goals and their health goals? What separates those from most people who fail, the overwhelming majority of people who fail? And that is because folks lack motivation. All right, so motivation is a do or die factor of your fitness success, folks. And so I challenge you as I kick off this episode, I want to share with you a couple of different types of motivation. And this is true not only in fitness, but in any aspect of your life. First category of motivation is intrinsic motivation. All right, I'm intrinsically motivated. So intrinsically motivated people, their level of motivation and their fire for motivation in terms of getting things done and making things happen comes from within. All right, the second category is extrinsic motivation. So those folks who are in this particular category, if you're extrinsically motivated, your motivation comes from factors, individuals, people outside of yourself. Okay, so one is internal and one is external, and one is not better than the other. All right, it's just we're all wired differently, different ways. We're all motivated in different ways, and it's very important. And I challenge you right off the bat to recognize and really think about how you are motivated. How are you? Are you the kind that just gets up, you're a go-getter, you make things happen, you're very disciplined, or are you one who struggles? All right, because you need to recognize that and recognize the role that this plays in terms of your fitness struggles. If you've been struggling with fitness for a long time, you get on the wagon, then you fall off the wagon. And this is how most people are, folks. And we think about this country, the Center of Disease Control states that 2/3 of adults in this country are either overweight or obese. And folks, that just pains me like nothing else. And that's got to change. But at the heart of that is why, all right, those 2/3 of adults struggle with motivation, all right? And it's just something, particularly when it comes to fitness, particularly when it comes to lifestyle modification and dietary modifications, because motivation is something where if you struggle with it, you've got to figure out what motivates you and really gravitate in that direction and adopt those type of factors into your fitness strategy, your overall fitness journey, because if you don't, you will continue to fail. And I'm not telling you anything you haven't already learned. All right, the diet industry and the weight loss industry is a $20 billion a year industry. And guess what? Most people fail. All right, overwhelming majority of people fail. And that can't continue. And I don't want you to be one of those people who fails. I want you to succeed. But I also want you to recognize the role that motivation plays. All right, because if you struggle to get up in the morning, or if you struggle to maintain and exercise portion control, if you struggle with discipline, you've got to recognize that you're already kind of behind the race before you even reach the starting line. And so being intrinsically motivated does not make you better than someone who is extrinsically motivated. We're all just wired differently. So if you're extrinsically motivated, get the coach, get the trainer, all right, get the group instructor, get the teacher, get the friend, the stranger, get whomever you need to hold you accountable. All right, and if you're intrinsically motivated, okay, remain humble, remain gracious, and also recognize that, again, you're no better than someone who needs help from the outside. All right, we're just all wired differently. But if you're intrinsically motivated, I also challenge you to recognize that you are a leader. And you may say, well, Rachelle, what do you mean I'm a leader in my fitness facility? Okay, well, Rachelle, I'm not a trainer, I'm not a group instructor, I'm not a bodybuilder, I'm not an athlete or any of those things. How can I be a leader? I promise you, most people in any fitness facility are struggling with motivation, all right? So they are looking, and they may not even come up and tell you. Yes, people in my gym have told me that, have always told me that, all right? But they might not come up to you, they may not feel comfortable enough, intimidated, whatever. Okay, they may not come up to you and tell you just how much they respect and admire your fitness level, but they are watching you, even visually. If someone is struggling with motivation, and most people are, they're looking around for that person that's going to help them, that's going to inspire them, to encourage them to keep on keeping on and to keep coming to the gym. All right, so just recognize that you are a leader, but also be humble, be gracious. All right, sometimes they will come up to you and ask you for advice. That's probably already happened to you. all right? But when they see you, title or not, all right? So if they see you're focused and you're very fit and you're very disciplined and you're very committed, oh, rest assured, yes, people are watching you. So recognize that you are a leader, and act like a leader, and also be willing to share your thoughts and insights for those people who do approach you, because you are definitely inspiring, motivating people. And the same thing is true if you're extrinsically motivated. All right, don't be afraid to reach out to someone, or strike up a conversation with someone who inspires you and motivates you. All right, let that person know. They may be flattered, they may not, but at the same time, they may, ultimately share some tips with you to further inspire you or to further help you. All right, so you never know the impact that you're making. So it's important to recognize how you are motivated and stick to that routine. All right, as motivated as I am, you all know, you've heard my story. It's May 17th, 1994. All right, I stepped foot into the Barksdale Air Force Base Fitness Center. That's when I considered that my true fitness in terms of gym, just kind of exclusively gym fitness, started. All right, so more than 22 years ago. But when people often will comment or commend me or compliment me on my fitness, I often tell them, okay, folks, I've been in gym since I was 5 years old. All right, that doesn't, mean my gym fitness focus. All right, but when I was 5 years old, you have to understand, my dad for a total of 31 years before he retired, he was a fitness, recreation, and sports management professional. All right, so some of those years, my dad was in the gym. Actually, many of those years, my dad was leading different gyms. All right, so I grew up in that environment. I grew up with a value, and this is something I shared in my upcoming fitness book. I grew up with a respect for and appreciation for fitness and healthy lifestyle and what that means for you. And so I grew up with that. So that it kind of had this upbringing, this early exposure, but also too, I'm just highly motivated, not only in fitness, but in each and every aspect of my life. So I make sure to explain that to people. Again, we've got to be humble. We got to, can't walk around, whatever, thinking that everything has come to us easy. No. There's some reasons, but specifically in terms of my own motivation, stepped into the Barksdale Air Force Base Center, stepped on the old Life Fitness. There were black and white stair steppers, and I fell in love with cardio. All right, and so one thing that you've seen that people will no one has seen me for the last more than 22 years. Every time I've walked into a gym, because I've lived in different states and belonged to different gyms, but I've always started my workout with cardio. Always. Now, of course, there's a debate of the afterburn effect. It's better to do cardio last. But guess what? I don't care, because I'm not trying to lose weight. All right? And so from a motivation standpoint, I love cardio. Cardio is at the heart of my routine. Cardio is at the heart of my workouts. Always has been from day one. So I walk in and I start with cardio. All right, so think about that from a motivation standpoint. You're not going to walk into any gym, never once has it ever happened, see me walk straight to weights. Never, and it never will happen. And why is that? So think about that from a motivation standpoint. If you hate cardio, start with weights first. All right, so if you need a group fitness class and you're trying to be a lone ranger like me, I'm highly independent. I like to do my own thing. I like to do what I want, when I want, how I want, for as long as I want. So that's my style. So, but if you're extrinsically motivated and you need the class and you need the trainer and this and that, you are going to struggle in terms of your motivation if you try to be an independent lone ranger in the gym. And conversely, all right, if some friend is, if you're an highly independent, focused, disciplined person, all right, and your best friend is, convinced you to join this group class with her, so she won't have to go by herself, and you're dreading going every day, there's a reason for that. All right, that's because you prefer to be doing your own thing. Of course, and I'm not going to turn this into an episode on people pleasing, but just recognize you could be struggling with your motivation because you want to be doing your own thing and doing what you want to do. And instead, you're kind of in this situation where you're in this group and you're with these other people, because speaking of motivation, and groups are wonderful, okay? But if that is how you're motivated, get into group fitness training, get into group classes. They work wonders for people. All right, I'm intrinsically motivated. So for me, and just me being as independent as I am, just in life in general, the thought of walking into a group fitness class, it's something I have never done in more than 22 years. And I assure you, ask me when I'm 95, I will have never done it, ever. All right, because that is a motivation killer for me. But it works for a lot of people, and people need that accountability and they need that camaraderie. So if that is what motivates you, do it to your best effort, your best ability, and you will succeed. But recognize what's important and what helps you stay motivated. Another thing that helps me stay motivated is my music. My workouts are synchronized, all right? Love Pandora. I've got, music on my iPhone as well. But merengue music has been my cardio music from day one. All right, So people see me on cardio and they're like, man, you're able to do so much cardio for so long, anywhere from 2 to 3 hours a day, 6 days a week. All right, then I move on to stretching, then I move on to weights. All right, but my workout changes daily, but I'm passionate about cardio. So of course, the bulk of my workout is going to be cardio. So that's how I'm able to stay motivated. All right, so recognize what motivates you and what doesn't motivate you, and that will explain to you why you are struggling. Okay, I need variety. All right, you come here to Rachelle's house, you will go downstairs and you will see, I just need variety in my life. So I've got several different kinds of laundry detergent. All right, so I just need variety. So in my workout, you'll notice, you see me in any gym, I'm going to shake things up. My workout changes daily. So if I were to go into the gym 6 days a week, do the same routine, in the same order, the same way, for the same amount of time, folks, even I would struggle, as motivated as I am. But I recognize routine, I get bored with routine, I'm easily bored, and so I've got to shake my routine up constantly in order to stay motivated. And so that was what has helped me. So recognize that. Another thing that would hinder my motivation is outdoor type of activities. All right, don't ask me to do distance running, don't ask me to do 5Ks, don't ask me to do any of that. All right, tennis was never one of my sports that I played before, but when I was in Minneapolis in the corporate world, took tennis lessons. Tennis did not work for me. I get bored very easily, so I have a short attention span, and plus playing outside it just killed my motivation. So again, there's things that I know that I can't do. I need to be inside a climate controlled facility in order for me to be happy, in order for me to stay motivated. All right, so there's several different things. Sports drinks, okay? For the first 20 of the last more than 22 years, I drank water. Water's wonderful, but for the last 2 years, I've been making my own sports drinks, okay? Right here at home in Rachelle's kitchen. All right, that has worked wonders for me. All right, so my recipe calls for 3/4 parts water, but also the other fourth is my recipe for my sports drink. And so that has just been revolutionary in terms of my workout. All right, in terms of helping to refuel and reestablish and replenish my glycogen stores, because I'm burning up so much energy during cardio, so much sweat is dripping from me during my cardio. So of course I need the electrolyte replacement as well. So that is all in my sports drinks, and that has worked wonders for me for the last 2 years. I'm like, man, I wish I would have been doing this from day one. All right, but when we learn better, we do better, as the late Dr. Maya Angelou said. So recognize what is it going to take to get and keep you motivated. All right, I've done that, and that's why I'm able to stay so motivated and so focused and so passionate about fitness. But folks, motivation is a do or die aspect of your fitness journey. And so I challenge you today, if you need the external support, if you need the external motivation, find it, do whatever you need to do to find it and sustain it. All right, if you have intrinsic motivation, keep doing what you're doing, keep making it happen. But you're no better than, like I said before, the person who's extrinsically motivated. We're all wired differently, so just don't, and this is something else I pointed out in my book, don't get caught in the trap of comparison and competing. That's another reason why I'm so motivated. In my first 4 years in fitness, 94 to 98, one of my nicknames at that facility was tunnel vision, because I'm very focused. I'm not looking around. I don't care what anybody else is doing. I'm not comparing. I'm not competing. I'm not trying to be like someone else. I'm very secure in my fitness, and it has been all the time. So that's another reason. If you're struggling with your motivation, are you pushing yourself, trying not too hard, trying to keep up with someone else? Are you trying to compete with the person next on the next elliptical? Are you trying to run as fast as a person on the treadmill, on the road before you? Don't do that. Do what you can do. All right, and that is good enough. You will grow, you will progress, you will improve, but stay focused, stay the course. Don't let your motivation get killed by just watching and focusing on other people. That's fear, that's insecurity, all right? Do what you do, and I assure you, if you keep doing the right things for the right length of time, you will succeed. Don't give up. So I thank you so much for your time. Make it a wonderfully fit day.